have a bit of a Justin Fields injury update as Matt Eberflus just got off the podium a few minutes ago. My name is Harrison Graham from Chicago Bears Now. One thing we do know for sure that is at least somewhat concrete is that Justin Fields is doubtful for this upcoming week against the Raiders with a dislocated thumb, which Flus did confirm that was the injury he suffered. He added more, but seemingly held back like he always does. But we'll dive into what we know here on the show, plus some other injury news and notes as well. Be sure to subscribe and join us this afternoon. Normally we do a Monday morning video here on the channel, then go live in the afternoon, but today we had to wait on the Justin Fields update, so that's why we're giving you an early afternoon video, but we're still going to go live. It'll be between 4 and 5 Central Time when we go live. That's why you turn on the notifications, because you'll get notified when we do plan to go live. So don't miss out. Subscribe. Join the movement. We got you covered here on a daily basis for the latest Chicago Bears news and rumors. Okay, here's what Flus had to say on Justin Fields. He says there's no timetable right now. It's really going to come down to grip strength. He then later said, we'll know more at the end of the week. I have some thoughts on that part of the quote in just a moment, but also wanted to add this from Adam Schefter, who tweeted this out, saying that Fields dislocated his thumb. It's expected to keep him out, in the words of a source, so not Matt Eberflus, however long it takes for swelling and stiffness to reside and strength to come back so he can grip a ball. So I think this is one of two things. Number one, I think the end of the week comment from Matt Eberflus is they're contemplating surgery. That's just a guess. I don't know for sure. Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow, went on Twitter and said surgery is very much a possibility. So I think that's part of it. And I think in connection to that, they want to see where the swelling is at and see, hey, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, can you grip a football or not? If it's not improving, they might just throw him on IR before the deadline on Saturday to start that 4-week minimum process because, if you wait until after then and then you do end up needing a surgery, then you've just wasted a week. So I think they're potentially contemplating surgery, and I think an IR stint is possible, which is why they're going to give us more later in the week. Now, what is interesting also is Matt Eberflus said that he's had the MRI, but they don't have the results yet. I find that hard to believe. It is now 1:45 Central Time. He said this about an hour ago. So did the MRI not happen till like 11 or 12? It doesn't take that long for MRI results to get back, especially for professional athletes and sports teams and whatnot. So I find that hard to believe. Wouldn't be the first time Flus lied to the media, so take that with a grain of salt. How many games will Justin Fields miss? If you had to guess, how many games is he going to be out? It's at least going to be one. If I had to guess, I think it's just a gut feeling. I think he's going to go on short-term IR. So that means he'll miss at least 4. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he plays. Hell, I hope he plays this week. But I find that unlikely for him to be able to grip and throw the football effectively that quickly. So let us know how many games you think Justin Fields will miss. Now, Matt Eberflus did make the point, and Fields has proven this in the past with other injuries, that he does heal quickly. He is a guy that can play through pain. So, we'll see what they do, how much time he misses again, more later in the week in terms of long-term diagnosis, it appears. But you look at the upcoming slate here. You got the Raiders coming to town this week, at the Chargers next week, Saints and Panthers at home, and then at Detroit. Now, look, you're 1-5. How much does that weigh into this decision? But you also still need to evaluate Fields. How much does that weigh into the decision? I mean, ultimately, it's going to be an injury medical decision. Like, if he can play through it, they'll probably play him. If he can't, then I could see them putting him on IR and potentially even having a surgery. And if it's a long-term deal, a surgery that could keep him out for a couple months, if not longer, then the conversation shifts, and it gets very interesting to see where we're at. Today's show is sponsored by Marine Layer, guys. It is official. I have found the softest T-shirt mankind has ever made. Imagine the softest thing you've ever touched, maybe petting a cat or something like that. Times that by 1,000. That's how comfortable and soft these Marine Layer T-shirts and other clothing items are. How many times have you felt that you were in between sizes when buying clothes? Maybe you've been drinking a few too many beers lately. That's me on Bears game days. Or maybe you're hitting the gym extra hard like Rolly and you've shedded some pounds and you find yourself in between sizes. Well, no longer do you have to make that difficult choice between medium and large. Marine Layer is making Marge a thing. Clothes that fit those in-between sizes right now. So whether you're going on a date, the office, keeping it casual while watching sports or any other occasion, Marine Layer has the best shirts for every occasion. And by the way, have you heard about Marine Layer's Respun program? Everyone has a bunch of old t-shirts collecting dust in the back of their closet. Marine Layer will send you a prepaid recycling kit and literally give you a $5 credit per shirt. You heard that right. You actually get paid for your old t-shirts while Marine Layer is going to keep those t-shirts out of landfills. Out with the old, in with the new. That is what Marine Layer is all about. So get started today. Promo code ChatSports15 at marinelayer.com/ChatSports15. I'm rocking the Asher print sweater button down in blue geo right now. Now that it's cooled down a bit, this is nice and snug. It's like 70 degrees today where I am at. Very comfortable, perfect weather for this clothing item. I suggest you go check that out and all of their awesome clothes over at Marine Layer. It's marinelayer.com/ChatSports15. Code ChatSports15 to get 15% off your order. That link and promo code are in the comments and description of this video. All right, furthermore with the Justin Fields conversation, because this is obviously critical times, right? I mean, this whole season in a lot of ways was about evaluating Justin Fields and finding out if he's the long-term answer or not. And the last couple of weeks, it had been trending in the right direction, but when you look at the full evaluation this season, you can't say it's been more good than bad. The first 3 weeks were not good. Now, I will throw the Chiefs game out the window a little bit with how much was going on inside that building and, DJ Moore and Claypool dropping deep balls. That game could have looked different for Fields, but it's not like it's a check mark either. Week 4 and Week 5, really good play. So probably the best 2-game stretch of his career. But then yesterday, he wasn't playing that well. Granted, I thought the game plan from Luke Getsy was horrible. It's a blitz-heavy Vikings team, and you went empty set a bunch of times, didn't move the pocket. That didn't make sense, but he still didn't seem to be playing nearly as confident as he did the past couple of weeks. So the point is, you're 6 games in, and it's kind of the same old story where it's just way too inconsistent. The highs are very high. His best football is franchise QB stuff. It really is, but you don't see it often enough. And so now when you tie this injury into it, which, by the way, he's had some level of injury in each of his 3 NFL seasons. Nothing major, but stuff that's caused him to miss time. Now you're losing more time to evaluate, and you're just going to end up at this place, I think, where you're probably just going to have to get a new quarterback next year. Like, if Fields is out for a while here, are you just going to run it back with him? I mean, maybe, but I would be surprised if they did. Like, if I'm guessing what the Bears are thinking right now long term, they're probably thinking they're going to have to draft a quarterback, which sucks to say, but if I had to guess, that's probably where this thing is heading. Now, you look at some other injury updates here from Matt Eberflus. Nate Davis is dealing with an ankle injury. He is week to week. He is also doubtful for this week against Las Vegas. Terrell Smith has mono. Second straight year a Bears player has gotten mono. He's going to miss 3 to 4 weeks, it sounds like. And then Braxton Jones, who went on IR with that neck injury, is eligible to open his practice window. Matt Eberflus says there's no update. They're not in a place to open his practice window. So that doesn't sound promising either. And by the way, Larry Borum, I think he's been doing okay before yesterday. He was not good against Minnesota. Okay, so Tyson Bagent. Let's talk Tyson Bagent. It appears that at least in the short term, at least this week, it's Tyson Bagent season as Fields is set to miss some time with the injury. The rookie undrafted quarterback will take over at least for now. You look at what he did against Minnesota yesterday. Is some decent stuff. 10 of 14, 83 yards. He did have 2 turnovers, a fumble, which was a scoop and score, and an interception. QB rating, not very good, 56.5. Did score his first touchdown on a goal line quarterback sneak, so that was nice to see for him. And I thought that whole drive, I thought he played pretty well, threw a couple of nice passes to DJ Moore. My takeaway from Tyson Bagent's first action is the bad was bad, right? Like, you get strip sacked early where you just hold on to the ball too long. Can't do that. And the deep ball at the end of the game, number one, I just don't think the decision was proper. Sure, it's one-on-one, but you're methodically moving up and down the field. Don't try to do more than you need to there. And number two, if you're going to throw that ball, you can't throw a duck. And he admitted, he's like, it's way underthrew it. Like, didn't even give DJ a chance to come back and contest for that ball. I mean, he had no chance. It was an easy interception. So I thought he did some good things overall, though, for a UDFA making his first start, first game action in tough circumstances. But The pick late was tough. I mean, it's like, come on, man. You can't make that mistake. So you look at pros and cons as you kind of dive into this further. I think there are some pros. He gets the ball out fast. He seems to know where he wants to go with the football. Now, there are cons to that sometimes where are you predetermining throws? Is it limiting downfield passing, which we'll talk about in a second? He does seem to process pretty well. I think the underneath accuracy is there. We saw that yesterday. We saw that throughout the preseason. Now, you look at the cons. Limited arm strength. That was clear on that late deep ball. On another deep ball intended for Tyler Scott, too. Way underthrown. Got a PI call, but it was way underthrown. I do think that will lead to a lack of a vertical passing game for the most part. And clearly he has less mobility than Fields. Now he has some. He can move the pocket a little bit. He can scramble every now and then. But the playbook definitely changes with Tyson Bagent. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And does that inspire confidence in anyone? Luke Getsy having to make a ton of adjustments now? Doesn't with me. But great opportunity for the kid. I mean, it's a great story, right? I mean, it was a great story that he even made this team out of Division II Shepherd, and now it looks like he's going to get an opportunity to start. I'm intrigued. I'd much rather watch him than Nathan Peterman, so hopefully he goes out there and plays well. I mean, we're evaluating him, too, to see if he can be a long-term, backup option. Like, I think we'd all be surprised if he could become the starter. Like, I don't envision this becoming a Brock Purdy situation, but hey, you never know. The opportunity is there for him to show what he's got, and we'll see that starting this week, barring some major turnaround in Fields' throwing hand. Okay, excited to watch Tyson Bagent play. Type me if you are. Even if you're bummed about Fields, which I am, and would rather watch Fields play, I'm still excited to watch Bagent. Again, better than the alternative, which is Nathan Peterman, which at least Bagent, there's something worth evaluating there. With Peterman, there's not. So type me if you're excited to see what the kid can do. All right, that's going to do it. Again, we'll be live in a few hours, 2-3 hours, so subscribe. Be sure to join us for that. More discussion around the quarterback situation. And I've got a bit of a rant on Matt Eberflus as well, so stay tuned for that. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys here in a little bit.